Hey friends, in Psalm 34:18, this encouraging teaching from David to his mighty men was wonderful for them to hear. They, being in debt, distressed, and discontent, were likely those with a broken heart. It says in verse 18, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Broken hearts think God is far away when He is really closer than we think because our hearts are fractured and it's difficult to see beyond the grief, sorrow, and pain. Today, I want to share with you about my journey back to joy from a broken heart. One of the many facets of grief I'll touch on is that it's very personal to the relational nature of the person to whom one loses. I've experienced a broken heart that is very personal by losing my husband of 40 years, now 32 months ago. All the work I've put into journeying through this process of mourning, sorrow, and grief, there has been an incredible amount of spiritual maturity I've experienced throughout because of God's provision, protection, safety, and security He has promised me. The beauty of the Lord is how He most definitely has a process for dealing with grief, whether it's grieving through a childhood trauma to a death. He has a plan for His children to move forward and grow. The most important part of our walk with the Lord through this process is one has to choose to want to change and to come out of the grief and return to experience the joy of the Lord. For me, He restored my joy last year when I completely submitted to Him by giving it all to the Lord and talking to Him by saying, "Lord, I don't want to do this anymore." Though it was a journey that was so painful and rewarding, I cultivated my relationship with God through the process of grieving and will continue to be refined through His process of grief whenever it arises. Psalm 51:12 states, "Restore to me the joy of your salvation and uphold me by your generous spirit." A broken heart is personal and unique to each individual who experiences grief. But if we listen and are obedient to His will, we will be rewarded and renewed. In the case for me, my joy was restored. Friend, I pray this encourages you and that you trust the Lord through your journey back to joy.